overview of the Career and College Promise Program, otherwise known as CCP. Now, you may be asking, what is the Career and College Promise Program? Well, let me tell you. The CCP, College Career Promise Program, is North Carolina's dual enrollment program for high school students. Through CCP program, eligible students have the opportunity to earn college credits tuition free. CCP offers structured opportunities for qualified high school students to pursue a pathway that leads to a certificate, diploma, or degree, as well as providing entry-level job skills. Academic credit is not only awarded on the high school level, but students will receive college credit. Public, private, and homeschool students in North Carolina can participate in the CCP program. This is a brief overview of determining a prospective student's eligibility for the CCP program. All students must receive approval and permission from the high school principal or the high school's designee to participate in the Career and College Promise program. Now, the eligibility for a 9th and 10th grader looks a little bit different for the eligibility for a 11th and 12th grader. So let's dive right on in. All students must demonstrate college readiness on improved assessment or the other option, which is for 9th and 10th graders. You must have passed Math 1 with a C or higher and passed Math 1 EOC with 3 or higher and scored 3 or higher on 8th grade ELA assessment. The other to that is demonstrate college readiness on improved assessment, which the high school counselor can determine that assessment. Now let's talk a little bit about 11th and 12th graders. 11th and 12th graders have a little bit more flexibility. They must have an unweighted GPA of 2.8 or higher, or, of course, demonstrate that college readiness on an improved assessment. And again, the high school counselors can determine what assessments are accepted. Now, it is important to make note, some students may fall right under that 2.8 GPA, and that's okay. Students that have a GPA lower than 2.8 must contact their counselor. It is possible that they can still enroll in Career and College Promise program, but that conversation or the further conversation needs to take place with the counselor first. Okay, now that we've talked about a little bit about eligibility, I think that it's important that we go over a little bit about CCP pathways. Here are a list of pathways that we have and that we offer at Isothermal Community College. Now, you may have noticed that there are two types of pathways or two categories of pathways. We've split these pathways into CTP, which are college transfer pathways, and also career and technical educations, which are CTE pathways. The only difference is that the technical pathways are more focused within that degree. Now, the college transfer pathways are for students that are intending to transfer for university, and so these pathways lead to an associate in arts. For example, we have 4 listed: associate in arts, associate in science, associate in engineering, and also associates in nursing. Students that want to participate in the CTP that are 9th and 10th graders must show that they are gifted in both reading and math. So that's another one of those things that the high school counselors can determine for that student. Now, here's the catch. Students can only enroll up to 2 pathways at a time, okay? Now, the student can enroll in 2 technical pathways to satisfy that 2 pathway requirement, but they cannot enroll into college transfer pathways at a time. So they cannot be achieving an associate in arts and associate in science. However, they can achieve an agribusiness tech degree and an equine business degree. Any combination of the listed categories in the career and technical education is possible. Now, if they wanted to be enrolled in a pathway in the CTP and also mix it with a degree in CTE, that is totally possible. So let's use an example. If the student wanted to achieve associate in arts, but also be enrolled in criminal justice tech, that is okay. They can only be enrolled in up to 2 pathways, one of which can be a college transfer pathway and the other can be a career technical education pathway. Now that we've talked about CCP pathways, it's important that we understand the steps for high school students to enroll. It is so vital and important that students' conversations be directed to their high school counselors because they are able to determine eligibility, or with a student's distance learning advisor, otherwise known as DLA. All right, step one. A student must apply at cfnc.org using the Career and College Promise application. After this, for step two, they must complete a CCP packet including documentation of eligibility. Here you will see listed below a list of forms that are also required within that packet. Students have to be responsible for returning that packet in to the high school counselor or their distance learning advisor, if applicable, to ensure that they are able to speak with a CCP advisor. All of these forms listed above can be found on Isothermal's website at isothermal.edu/CCP. At the bottom of this pamphlet, you will see a list of CCP's contacts, including their email addresses. It is important that students be directed to their high school counselors due to the high school counselors being able to determine eligibility and also being able to survey the best interest of that student taking college level courses. Whenever a student is officially enrolled in the Career and College Promise program, they should include a formal first and last name, the isothermal student ID number that they've been assigned, the high school that they attend, and also a detailed message to allow the CCP team to respond accordingly. Thank you for tuning in for a brief overview of the Career and College Promise Program, otherwise known as CCP. If you still have questions, please reach out to the high school counselor or the distance learning advisor, if applicable, at the local high schools, or reach out to the CCP team at Isothermal Community College. Thank you.